Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I listened to my videos recently and listened to a video I did 4 years ago about the reincarnation theory, and it was something there I wanted to update on and change, so I'm going to do this again today, I think. This video is about reincarnation and why we believe in reincarnation. But that's not the important thing. It's the reincarnation theory is actually a false system that needs to disappear because it damages a lot of people and makes us lower our soul condition, which is really sad actually. So first, what is the reincarnation theory? Well, it's the concept that when we die, we come back here again and learn from previous mistakes, but we will only remember bits and pieces and not even that. So the reincarnation theory tells us that we need to come back here in this hellish place and live a life again and again and again and again and not remember much. If this was true, why wouldn't we remember what school we went to or how our parents looked and the name and our friends and so on and so on? So we doesn't remember much actually. We may remember where we lived and how we died and just small things that we remember simply as that. So I think if you think about this, it's not very loving to have it like that, to have to come back over and over again. And the truth is you don't, and you can't actually come back. So this is your first life with the conscience. You had no conscience before you came here. Before you were 4 or 5 years old, you had no conscience at all. And if you remember anything, it was those spirits who are with you, and I'm going to come back to that. So you have a lot of spirits with you, and we all have all the time. And when you remember past lives, it's those spirits' life you remember. And this is, as I said, a theory that needs to disappear, and hopefully as soon as possible. So I truly believe that more and more people needs to get this message out as soon as possible. I did the former video 4 years ago in English, and I learned about this truth 8 years ago. So I've known about it for 8 years. And before that, I remembered at least 25 lives I've had, and 3 were really, really strong. I had a life as a bookie in England, which I had a lot of memories of. I was a female in Portugal, and I was a monk in Tibet or in Nepal. I also remember some other lives, but not as strong as those 3. But those lives weren't mine. Those lives were the spirits I'm with, or that are with me. And we all have spirits with us. those who want to help, but also those who are attracted to our emotional injuries. So when we incarnate here on earth, we unfortunately get some injuries from our ancestors, our mother and fathers. So if your father was an alcoholic, for example, you will get drawn to drink alcohol. You may not be an alcoholic, but in your genes there will be some damage that will make you be drawn to drink alcohol. And if you have a specific sickness in your family tree, you will likely have more chances you will get this disease, and that is because we get some emotional injuries from our father and mother, and those injuries will attract spirits who has similar injuries. So if you are an alcoholic, you will have a lot of spirits with you that likes to drink alcohol. That's actually very simple and logical if you think about it. But you also have your guides and the spirit's friend and those who really want to help you, and those are your loving spirits who wants you to grow, and they want you to grow in love, which is one of the main reasons we are here, and that is to grow in love and to individualize and learn more about ourselves. So those are two of the main reasons we are here on earth. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. It's about the reincarnation theory. So this is what happens when you remember past lives. And then we have many of us, if you work as a regression therapist, you have a lot of emotional investments in the theory, which makes it hard to leave it. And it is difficult to leave a lifelong worldview if you had it, and if you have believed in the reincarnation theory since you were a child, it will be very hard to leave that. So you have to be gentle to yourself, and it will take time, but the more you grasp this, you will eventually know this to be the truth. Unfortunately, there are many spirits in the spirit world who believes in this theory, and they of course want to help people come back here to earth. So what happens then is that they will find a newborn child, a physical body, but because this physical body and this person has a very bright spirit body, they will not see the spirit body because it's much brighter than the person who wants to help. So they just see a physical form or just a physical body. So they think it's empty. And then they say to this person or another person that you can come back in this physical form. But they see that they don't see the child spirit body because it's, as I said, much brighter. So, and this is very unfortunate because they will overcloak this child and make this child be as they are. So this is very sad and will lower the person who wants to help. It will lower the person's soul condition to a point where it's impossible to help, and then they will find out the truth. which is also very sad. And then the soul condition is in such a low state that they are not able to do anything. So this also this has to disappear, of course. Maybe I have forgot something about this, or maybe I want to add something, but if you have any questions or comments, you can just write them down and I will answer them as good as I can. But I will also mention before I leave that there is a way to come back here. But in order for that to happen, you have to grow immensely in love. And that has only happened to a few people. And this is also why I have received this information. This is from people who actually has reincarnated. But the first time this was possible was in 1935, I think. Then it was possible for people to come back, but there is a few things that has to happen before that, and that is you have to be at one with your other half, because you are half of a soul right now, and that means you have a soulmate out there, a female or a male that you are meant to be with. We all have. And one day we will be with our soulmate when we have grown enough in love. And one day in the future you will be at one with your other half. And that means you will be a complete soul again. And not until then are you able to come back here on earth. And as I said, only a few people have managed that. And that's also how I receive this information. But if you want to know more about that, I can also do a video if you want to. I have done a video about soulmates, I think. So please check that out if you want to. Okay, take care. Bye bye.